following program is sponsored. The opinions and statements made by the hosts and guests do not necessarily reflect the views of WBOB or its parent company, the Chesapeake Portsmouth Broadcasting Corporation.
Homeowners, in today's world, no neighborhood is... Mine today. Call right now.
Good morning. Oh, my goodness. This microphone's coming right back really loud.
All right. I'm not sure whether we're on the air or not.
We are.
All right. The red light is on. That means we're on the air. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Northeast Florida. It is such a beautiful, beautiful day.
You know, it's like summer.
Kind of cloudy. It's kind of cloudy, though, right?
Yeah.
It looks like rain, but it's not going to rain is what they said.
It is not going to rain today. Yeah. It is a gorgeous day, a gorgeous weekend.
Yes.
We hope everybody had a great Mother's Day. We hope some people took my advice and made it a special occasion by telling their mom about a special event that occurred in their life to make it special. My mom's not here, so I didn't get to do that, but we hope that one of your kids made it a special event and made it a special time. Although you told me that your son did that for you. Although you did it for your son, you told your son about a special event that you remembered about.
What was it?
About him growing up. Well, I don't know, but that's what you told me that you did when you had a special moment with him.
He said something. I don't remember what it was.
I don't know, but anyway.
Oh my goodness! So that means it didn't work.
I don't know.
Because I don't remember. Maybe I just haven't had enough coffee
You
yet.
told me that it was a special time, but we hope all those mothers out there had a great weekend. And now next weekend is going to be Memorial Day, so we're going to have a special tribute to all of the veterans and their families. And what a busy week we had! Oh my gosh,
yes.
We had a pre-closing and then a closing. Of course, a pre-closing is when the seller signs ahead of time,
right?
And then we had some walkthroughs, which is done when someone is going to be buying their house. And they walk through the house right before closing, or sometimes a week before closing. And in this case, one of them was for new construction, and the buyer was still out of town.
Right.
So you did that walkthrough for them 4 hours because you bring a huge magnifying glass. Not really. But you check
How about just my detailed
all
self?
of these imperfections that there may be, because you want the house to look good, particularly on new construction, and point out any little tiny imperfection so that the builder can fix it prior to the buyer moving into the house, right?
Yes. You know, I want to say something. That customer, Howard, I want to take you back. How long have we been on the air?
We've been on the air 5 years and 4 months.
So the very first time you ever did a contest where people called in, he was our first contest winner. That's who this buyer is. Yeah. Does that go back a ways or what?
It does.
He already lived in Jacksonville. We helped them sell a house, and they moved out to Oregon. And now they're coming back. So now we get to help them buy a house. So, you know, I had to say good morning to Chris and Rebecca. And, boy, they got a gorgeous house that they are buying. And I did have a great time with the builder going detail by detail by detail. But I want to make sure they have, you know, the best house they can have. We have to remember new construction is it's probably like the last product that people put together by hand. That seriously is crafted from the ground by hand, right?
That's true.
Yeah. So there are imperfections, you know, and you have to sort of embrace that and manage your expectations properly. There is no perfect house, but we do want to, you know, use our best skill set to try to see what can be changed and change it and then sort of accept what can't be.
So did you use a whole roll of blue tape? And for those of you that are listening, of course, what blue tape is used for is you cut off a little piece of blue tape and you put it on the wall or the staircase or the floor or the ceiling, whatever, to indicate to the people that come in afterwards what needs to be changed. So,
well, the blue tape was really for paint, right? And the green tape was if there was like an imperfection in, say, drywall. So it's a different crew who handles each color of tape.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we really had a nice
a nice 4 hours.
A nice 4 hours. It was long. I was ready to go for sure, but But yeah, the builder was great, and that's with Toll Brothers, and
in Nocatee.
Yeah, and the project manager Bill, he was very, very awesome.
Yeah, and we had 2 new listings come up that are going on the market, last night, that, oh my gosh, they are fantastic. And, we've told people on the radio over and over again that when we get a listing sometime that these houses are going to sell this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And these are 2 of them that are going to sell this weekend. So
yeah, they're both really, really awesome.
Yeah.
They are.
And we're just going to give a hint. So should we do that now?
You want to give a hint?
One of them is 2 acres in Orange Park in a neighborhood.
Yeah, well, that part blows my mind that even exists, is a 2-acre parcel inside of a neighborhood. So.
With a pool and brick pavers and inlaid wood floors. And what I mean by that is all the floors are
red oak, number 5.
Red oak, beautiful, but inlaid about a foot inside around the perimeter.
Right.
Are these darker wood.
Brazilian cherry.
And virtually every room has these, except one of the rooms has a parquet wood floor. I mean, this house is just gorgeous.
I want to say something about wood floors. It's hard to find craftsmen, artisan craftsmen now, because everybody wants to be a do-it-yourselfer, right? But back in the day, there was one fella in town that got everybody's business, and everybody loved him because he just painstakingly created gorgeous floors, and his name was Palmer Hall. And this home, the floors are done by Palmer Hall. So for those who have been around a while, who understand when a true artisan, gets a hold of some floors, that's what happened here. They're installed by Palmer Hall, and they are beautiful.
Yeah, this house has just had so many upgrades to it, so many things. So we're going to tell you more about it in the 4th segment of the show. And the other one is in a gated community of Ironwood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Beautiful, beautiful home.
So the draw of Ironwood, right? It is convenient to everything.
Yeah.
Everything. You can be at the town center so fast. There's so much... so many businesses now that are out in the Deerwood area that if you work out in that area, this is the prime location for you. You can be onto 95 in like less than 4 minutes. I mean, it's just so convenient. It's crazy.
Well, plus it's gated and
it is
cinder
gated.
block.
Yeah, concrete block construction. It is a Pulte community, and this house is from the front. It's kind of unassuming. And you don't really even know that it's a 2-story, but it's basically this big 1-story with a huge bonus upstairs.
Yeah, so we're going to tell you more about these later. Both
awesome.
of them are going to sell this weekend. We're going to have open houses at them.
So think wood. One's in Foxwood, one's in Ironwood. Wood. Palmer Hall floors. Wood.
Okay, wood.
Wood is the word of the day.
Hey, we got a contest. A lot of people are graduating. So in the last couple of weeks and a couple more weeks. So I thought that we would do a contest related to graduation and related to real estate. You wonder, how on earth can Howard pull this off?
Can you?
But he did. Okay, according to a recent study, what type of college degree allowed the graduate to save enough money on a down payment to purchase a house the soonest? And it's only 2.6 years after graduation. What type of degree?
I am super interested in knowing that.
Allowed the graduate to purchase a house the soonest. And my son's not listening, but he hopes that it is his degree. Because he really wants to buy a house the soonest. All right. Hey, we got lots more. So call us with your guess at 904-222-TALK. That's 904-222-8255. We got lots more stuff coming up today. And gosh, I don't know if we're going to cover it all. We got a segment on wish I had a realtor. We got a scam. We got bet you didn't know the strangest questions that buyers ask. That's a really fun segment we haven't done before. We got a landlord-tenant tip of the week. And of course, we are here to answer your questions on real estate. So call us with your questions. Again, 222-8255. 5. This is going to be a fun show. It's going to fly by.
Yes, it is.
And we want to answer your questions, so give us a call. We will be right back. Good morning, WBOB listeners. It's your realtor on the radio, Howard Vergalis of Watson Realty Corp. Angela and I want to thank you for tuning in with us for our 5th year now. It's been such a great pleasure to be on the radio with you, giving you advice on buying and selling, as well as answering your questions on the air. Thank you so much for the trust that you have in us as professional, experienced realtors with over 20 years of combined experience. We want you to know that when it's time to sell your home, we want to be your realtor. We will focus on your home, your family, and your time frame. Our team will customize a marketing plan to give you the best exposure to get you the best price and have the best selling experience possible. Whether it's a condo or a house, a short sale or a regular sale, a $200,000 home or a mansion, you will get the same great service. Call us at 421-7950 and join the multitudes of others that have experienced the Angela and Howard team advantage.
Is there something going wrong with your garage door or opener? My name is Peter, and I am the owner of Quality Door Service. And my basic garage door repair starts at just $125, and that includes parts. Included with your repair, I will instruct you about fire and safety, protection from hurricane and burglary, and maintenance on your garage door. Call me today at 588-4817. That's 588-4817. Angela and Howard did.
Are you buying a property being sold by HUD? As a buyer, you can select Watson Title Services of North Florida as your settlement agent. Avoid having to deal with out-of-town companies and make sure you get the world-class customer service of Watson Title Services that Angela and Howard have come to expect. Call them at 461-3220 when you're looking at buying a HUD property to ensure your purchase goes through as smoothly as possible. That's 461-3220. Angela and Howard do.
There's finally a mortgage lender in Jacksonville that sees financing differently. With 20 years experience, CMG Financial understands that the most important purchase in your life, your home, deserves the right mortgage. Tim McConnell at CMG Financial will work to customize the best financing option for you. Angela and I recommend CMG Financial to all our customers. Give Tim a call at 528-2103. That's 528-2103. CMG Financial is a registered trade name of CMG Mortgage, Inc., NMLS number 1820, and licensed as a mortgage lender servicer by the Office of Financial Regulation, number MLD 375, individual MLS number 181046.
This segment of Real Estate Radio with Angela and Howard is brought to you by CMG Financial. For answers to your North Florida real estate questions, call into the show at 222-TALK. That's 222-8255.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for staying tuned with us. We're so excited that you're here with us today with Real Estate Radio with Angela and Howard. Thank you for listening. We appreciate your support.
Hey, I just thought of something that we're going to do. Well, first,
You scare me. I see the look on your face. I don't know what you're about to do.
All right, I'm going to do the contest again. And
that's easy.
What graduation degree allows people to save enough money to buy a house?
Okay.
All right. So call in with your guess at 222-8255. Now I'm going to do something fun. And I promise everybody, this is not rehearsed. There was a poll done among realtors all over the country about the strangest questions that they have been asked over the years.
Okay. Do it.
So, Angela, I'm putting you on the spot. So everybody listen to this, and we're going to see how good Angela is as a realtor with her 20 years of experience. I want to see how good, and she's smiling.
I'm smiling because I know that you're about to trick me somehow. I can tell by the look on your face, and you're going to embarrass me on the air, and I'm going to handle it like a pro. But go ahead.
Okay, here are the top 10 questions.
Yes.
Or one of the top 10, not one, but some of the top 10 questions, and we want to see how you are going to answer them.
So this is basically what a customer would say to me, and I need to respond.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay? Now, some of these are really weird.
Okay.
Number one, how do you keep alligators from coming up into the toilet?
What?
This is what some people ask.
Shut the toilet lid?
Shut the toilet lid. Okay.
I don't know. Can alligators come up through the toilet?
Of course not. And that's
Okay,
what you would
that's what we're
probably
gonna
say.
say.
Alligators do not, that's
But
like
you
an
know
old
what?
wives' tale.
No. Wait a minute. The strangest thing I ever heard, do you remember, was from the guy that was in Green Cove Springs when we went to his house, and he said that they lived in a house that frogs came up in the toilet.
Yeah, I don't believe that
Yeah, I
one
couldn't
either.
go to the bathroom in the dark ever again.
Okay, number 2. Do any swingers live in the neighborhood?
What kind of swingers? Swingers?
How would you answer that?
Oh
A
my
couple
gosh,
at you
I would
showing
say
a house. Do any
I
swingers?
don't know. And if that's important to you, you need to try to research it. But there's really no way to know.
Okay, number 3.
Oh my gosh.
Does the car in the garage come with the house?
No. They're going to take it with them.
Okay. Or you could also
Or
say,
you could say, if you like it so much, you can make an offer
there
on
you
it.
go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Either way.
Number 4, is anyone buried in the backyard?
Yes, there are lots of people. No, I'm kidding. No, I would say there's really no way to know that. Probably not.
Okay.
Chances are good, but maybe there's a goldfish or a gerbil or something.
Well, if they're buying a farm and the farmhouse has been there for years and years, back in the olden days, when somebody in the family died, they did bury them on the property.
Well, I guess there's some truth to that.
Yeah.
That could happen.
Okay, next one. Is the house haunted?
We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know. Could
Okay.
be.
All right.
Could be.
Number 6. Would the homeowner sell me the house without a down payment?
What? Would they sell me the house without a down payment? There are people who buy houses without down payments.
Yeah. But
Yes.
really, it's not up to the homeowner. It's up to the mortgage company. And you could say, well, if you're a veteran, you could get a VA loan without a down payment.
Yes.
You could say that. Okay.
Yes.
Next one. I love this one.
Oh, boy.
Can I spend the night here to see if I like it?
No, that's just a TV show. Yeah, no, you can't do that in real life.
All right, number 8. I don't like the dark-colored kitchen cabinets. Will the seller replace all of them to a lighter color?
No, but you can.
You can.
And we can reflect that in your offer. Yes.
Good. All right. Can I come back at midnight to see how the moon affects me in the house?
No. No.
These are
because I'm
actual-
not coming with you.
By the way,
at midnight.
these are actual questions that prospective buyers have asked. All right, I got 2 more.
Okay.
Why is the garage unfurnished?
What?
I'm telling you, there are some people that ask weird questions.
This just sounds all kind of made up, doesn't
No.
it? I mean, that's just peculiar. It's unfurnished so you can put your things in here. That's a no-brainer. Bring your own stuff.
I don't know. And lastly,
Yes.
Angela, can we close all the blinds and doors and turn off all the lights, as I need to see the house at its darkest point?
Yes. Actually, we can do that.
We can do that. Okay.
We can, but I'll be frightened to death. So don't anybody try that with me. I would not like it.
So now you've heard it all.
Well, here's
here
the other
on
thing we
Real
could say,
Estate
though.
Radio.
Wait, though. To that, I think I would probably say something more interesting, like, well, it depends upon the time of day. And, you don't know if there's lights out at night that would affect you in terms of sleeping, and that you really need to come up with some other ways to black out the room. Right?
Well,
Don't count on its current conditions. You need to have a better plan, a better strategy for yourself of how you would put blackout in the room.
Yeah, there are blackout shades.
Yes, and then that would save me from being in a blackout situation.
So, you never know what some people are going to ask about a home.
Crazy.
There are some odd people, and they do ask some odd questions, but they may have their own reason for asking the questions that they ask.
Well,
So-
here's what I know. Anytime I've met an odd person or someone I thought was odd, they thought I was odd too. So that's okay.
Well, Angela, we all have our moments, don't we?
No, I'm really super normal.
You are?
I'm super
I mean,
normal.
you are.
I'm like boring, super normal. Yeah.
I don't know. But that's why they call this show infotainment.
Yes, it is.
We give people information and we entertain. So that was our
Yes.
little entertainment for the day. So tell me, how was this past week in real estate here in Northeast Florida, Miss Walker?
Well, according to the Northeast Florida Multiple Listing Service, this past week for homes and condominiums, 761 offers got accepted. Now, that's about the same as it was last week. Also, 874 new homes came on the market. Now, that's down a little bit from last week. Still, Howard, 874 is an awesome number. 190 of the 874, well, they're already under contract. And 84 of those went under contract on the very first day. And 564 of you actually closed on a home for yourself. And we say,
Congratulations.
yes. And that number's up 4% from the previous week.
Well, that's pretty good.
It's exciting.
What are interest rates doing? Going
Well,
up, down, going all around? What's going
You
on?
know, the average 30-year rate fell 0.03% to 4.02. This time last year, it was 3.58%. The 15-year rate fell 0.02 point to 3.27%. Now, this time last year, it was 2.81. The VA and the FHA 30-year rate fell a full 0.1 point to 3.75%. The 5-year ARM, it's still a great deal if you're only planning on being in your home for 5 years or less. It fell only 0.01 point to 3.13%. And last year it was 2.8. So the rates are up compared to last year, but they're all down. And what I've been reading, Howard, says they're going down next week too.
Wow. Well,
Yep.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's surprising, really, because demand should be up. It's that time of year.
Well, you know
So-
what? It really depends on where you're buying. See, here in Jacksonville, here in Northeast Florida, there is kind of a shortage of resales.
Right.
There are a lot of builders building.
A lot of builders.
But in different parts of the country have different things going on. There are other parts of the country where there's no space for new construction, so the only thing available are resales. And in some parts of the country, there are like no homes on the market. When one comes on the market, there are multiple offers. They get
Right.
sold like not only that day, but that morning or that afternoon when they come on the
Yeah.
market with multiple offers. So, and then there are other parts of the country where the real estate market is languishing. There's not much
But
of
you know
anything
what
happening.
we still see to be true? Doesn't matter the price range,
If it looks good,
and it's priced right.
it's gone.
Gone.
So we got a couple of those.
If it's
coming on.
overpriced, you're still going to own it for a while.
Actually, we have 3 coming on the market today, didn't we?
Did we?
Yeah. No, 2. Okay. 2. Okay, we'll tell you then. in the
2
fourth
are
segment.
coming next week, 2 this week.
Yeah, before the break, I want to give a landlord-tenant tip because
All right.
we have a lot of landlords that listen and we have a lot of tenants that listen.
Correct.
And sometimes things break. So who's responsible when things break? So a landlord rents a house to a tenant, and the house comes with typical appliances, a refrigerator, microwave oven, a stove, a garbage disposal. So let's say one of them becomes inoperable while the house is rented. Who pays for the repair or replacement, the owner or the tenant? And the answer is
It depends.
it depends. That's right. Well, what does the lease say? And did the item break from normal wear and tear or from something that the tenant did? Also, is the appliance necessary? Well, let's give some examples. So while returning a glass bottle into the refrigerator, the tenant puts that glass bottle in, replaces it too hard, and the glass shelf in the refrigerator breaks. Well, that's an easy one. That's probably the fault of the tenant. So the tenant needs to order the replacement shelf
Yep.
and
Makes sense.
replace it.
Yep.
Let's stick with the refrigerator. What if the ice maker stops working? Well, that's probably not the fault of the tenant, but also it's not a necessary appliance and probably not required for either person to fix that ice maker. What if the dishwasher won't drain? Well, it's probably a clogged line and therefore probably due to the fault of the tenant who didn't clean off the dishes properly. So probably that's going to be the fault of the tenant. Now, if the garbage disposal is clogged, well, it's almost always the fault of the tenant, and therefore they pay for the plumber. What if the toilet continually runs? Well, it depends. It could be a worn-out flapper or just needs to jiggle that handle. It depends on what the plumber says. What if the shower drains slowly? Probably didn't clean the hair out, and it's not the hair of the tenant. It's not the hair of the owner. It's the hair of the tenant. So probably the tenant has to pay for that one. If you have a specific question, go to floridalandlord.com. Hey, we'll be right back, everybody.
Ed Dean, Mike Gallagher, Dennis Prager, The Savage Nation, Mark Levin, Laura Ingram, WBOB, AM 600 and FM 101.1. The Answer.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. President Trump receiving Saudi Arabia's highest civilian honor from King Salman. The king placed a collar of Abdulaziz Al Saud around Trump's neck at the ceremony at the royal court in Riyadh. Melania Trump's decision not to wear a headscarf upon arrival in the Middle East, drawing some attention on social media. The First Lady's decision is consistent with customs for female foreign dignitaries visiting Saudi Arabia. Much of Washington remains fixated on President Trump's firing of FBI Chief James Comey and the investigations into possible connections between the presidential campaign the president ran last year and Russia. Senate Republicans are using closed-door meetings to try and write legislation that would dismantle the Obama-era health care law. They're running into some obstacles from within their own party. This is SRN News.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. We understand that shopping for jewelry can be a frustrating experience, with everybody claiming they're a gemologist and people using loose quality grading standards. It's also impossible for a layman to be able to judge a gemstone for quality. So all a person can really do is judge the jeweler. Now at Underwoods, we're members of the American Gem Society, where our jewelers are registered and our sales associates and gemologists are certified. We're tested on an annual basis to re-win these professional titles. In fact, the American Gem Society was founded in 1934 to protect the consumer, and members can be thrown out for unethical practices. Underwoods is the longest-standing member in the state of Florida. Now, not every jeweler is a member, so if you're shopping for jewelry, ask those common-sense questions like, what are your qualifications? Ask to see their education certificates, and ask if they're members of the American Gem Society. And if they're not a member, you might want to ask, why not?
Hello, I'm Dan Fields, inviting you to become a member of the Fields family when you buy or lease from any of our 31 locations. We can offer you an advantage in pricing, selection, service, and of course our Fields amenities that include free loaners, car washes, and our gourmet cafes. And with more than 35,000 vehicles sold annually, you can get a great offer like this.
And now you can lease the new 2017 Jaguar XE25T for only $279 per month for 36 months at Jaguar Jacksonville on Atlantic Boulevard.
After all, you're not just treated like family, you are family. And Fields matters because you matter.
Come see Fields first at Jaguar Jacksonville on Atlantic Boulevard. Go to JaguarJacksonville.com. Available to qualified buyers through Jaguar Financial Group. $39.95 due at signing plus tax, title license, and $6.95 doc fees. No security deposit. 10,000 miles per year. MSRP $35,895. Offer ends 5/31/17.
This is the Savage Nation.
I spent my whole life trying to stay healthy because I have self-respect and I have dignity. And if you have no self-respect and you have no dignity, and you engage in sick, degenerate lifestyles that raise the risk of you getting diseased, I don't want to pay for your medical problems or your $100,000 a year medicines.
Michael Savage, a host like no other.
It's the Savage Nation, weekdays at 3. WBOB is The Answer. Stuck in traffic? WBOB has The Answer.
Hart Bridge and Main Street Bridge still under construction. Roads are closed there, so find an alternate route. Partly sunny today. Looking for a high of 89, mostly cloudy tonight. Going to get down to about 72 for all day Sunday, 40% chance of showers. Sunny in the afternoon, highs 88, partly cloudy at night, low is 72, and then about a 70% chance of showers for your Monday. 78 currently at WBOB AM 600, The Answer.
Let's return to Real Estate Radio with Angela and Howard. For answers to your North Florida real estate questions, call into the show at 222-TALK. That's 222-8255.
Hey, everybody. I'm so happy to be here today.
You are, aren't you?
I am. It's a happy day.
Hey, nobody's called in with a contest yet.
What?
With the answer to the contest.
Where
According
do you
to a
think they
recent
are?
study, what college degree allowed the graduate to purchase a home their earliest? And it was 2.6 years. What type of degree? And I'll tell you what it wasn't.
What?
It wasn't my son's degree. And it wasn't your daughter's degree.
Well, don't tell them. We'll still figure out how to help them get a house in 2 years.
Well, oh, yeah. My son's definitely going to be buying a house.
Oh, he's already got the plan.
He has a double degree in marketing and finance. So
Right.
it wasn't either of those.
Which is why it should be his, though. Right?
And
Finance?
it wasn't your daughter's, which was women's studies.
Yes.
So it wasn't either of those three.
Right.
And I'm going to tell another one, which doesn't surprise me. It wasn't a physician, probably because they have so much debt from being in college. Okay. So it wasn't those. So guess another one.
Interestingly enough, though, a physician can buy a house with 100% financing. As soon as they have their job lined up, that's it. 100% financing. So they have no excuse not to buy a house.
Well, they can. But this has to do with saving money, which allows them to buy a house. Anyway.
Yes.
Okay. So you know what?
What?
Have you ever made a mistake?
Never.
Or was that when you thought you made a mistake, but you hadn't made a mistake?
Correct.
All
yeah,
right.
That sounds better.
This is a really sad story.
Okay, tell me more.
Okay. And this is a story that we heard about that we just had to share. It's about a man and his family who recently moved to the Jacksonville area from North Carolina. And he was going to start a new job as the manager of a new retail store opening up at the town center. Well, the company that he was coming to work for gave him only 3 days to find a new house, and he wanted a brand new house for his family. So he wanted to find a spec home that was already finished so his family could move right in. So he wanted a new house and didn't want to look for a resale. So he happened to find a very last home in a single street community, and it seemed perfect. So he didn't buy from KB or Provident Homes, or right. It was a smaller builder.
Oh, okay.
Okay, on a the builder bought one street and built. There were 12 homes in there.
Okay,
and it happened to be, as I said, the very last street. And it seemed perfect. It was about the right size. It was the right number of bedrooms. It had a nice lanai. It backed up to a preserve, and it happened to be the house right at the end of the street, and it was the very last one. So he saw the sign for the builder's representative. So he called the builder's representative, and the builder's representative met him out there. And again, he did not have a realtor. He was driving around and found it himself. And the builder's representative met him out there and he liked the house. And the builder's representative, said that because it was the last house and they wanted to sell it quickly, that they were offering a $20,000 discount off of the list price. And he thought, boy, this is great. He could move right in. So all the other houses were already occupied. And he thought, great, this is going to be great. No more construction. So he bought the house and he moved his family in about 40 days later. The builder representative, we found out later, did not suggest an inspection and did not even do a pre-inspection walkthrough like we were talking about earlier in the show. And interestingly, no one from the builder showed up at the closing, although the buyer did, of course, get the keys and the garage door opener from the closing agent. He didn't get any warranty information on the appliances. He didn't get any warranty information on the house itself. And he didn't get any phone number to call for information or questions. Nothing. A little strange. Now, he didn't think that much of it, but it was a little strange from what, Angela, you and I, of course, know what goes on with a builder.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he found out a month later from the next door neighbor that his house was actually completed 3 years earlier.
What?
And had been sitting there.
Can you say red flag?
Wait a minute. There's more. On 3 separate occasions during large rainstorms, Rain had come down from the backyard. The backyard had a slope, and the slope didn't go away from the house. The slope was toward the house. On three separate occasions during large rainstorms, rain had come down the slope and gotten into the home through the lanai's sliding glass door. And apparently the builder had never fixed the slope of the yard, nor put in any kind of drain to fix the problem.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, the builder had apparently committed fraud by not disclosing the prior problems with the house. Also, when the new owner of the house, tried to, find the builder, he found out that the company filed bankruptcy the day after closing and was nowhere to be found.
Oh, man. That is a very, very sad story.
That
indeed.
Sucks.
You know what, Howard?
What?
All of that could have been avoided if the buyer had used a realtor. I feel like I'm like a broken record sometimes. I keep saying this, and y'all have to think it's a very self-serving comment to keep saying you should have a realtor. But the truth is, you should have a realtor.
So let's
because
talk
the
about
site
how
agent protects the builder. The site agent doesn't protect the customer. They protect the builder. That's their job. That's who they work for. So, okay, realtors know information about the community. They know the reputation of the builders. We would have recommended an inspection, and we probably would have noticed prior signs of flooding. We would have questioned about the missing paperwork, and perhaps even questioned why other homes had all sold at least 3 years prior, but not this one.
That's a huge red flag.
It is a huge red flag. A realtor may have seen all of these red flags and found a different home, a better home for this family. So we tell you these stories as learning experiences so that you will never have to say, wish I had a realtor. Yeah, this is such a sad story for this family. Imagine coming to a new city for a new beginning, moving into a house, and then find out that the house is flooded, will continue to flood, and now you have to spend money to probably put in a French drain. By the way, this is a fixable thing. It is fixable.
Now,
absolutely,
you have to put in
fixable.
a French drain, and but it's going to cost a few $1,000s to fix this thing.
Yeah.
But now you have the potential for that there was prior damage to this house, and hopefully each time that it flooded previously, that the inside water damage was fixed properly, and there's not mold growing anywhere in the house.
Right, exactly.
So,
because it is Florida, there's always the chance that mold can grow, and especially whether people have the air conditioning on or not, which is a great dehumidifier. So a lot of times when a house is sitting vacant like that, people don't run the utilities, and that's a problem.
Yeah. Hey, since nobody has called in with the contest, and we have during the last segment of the show, we're not going to have time to do it because we have so many great houses to talk about. I'm going to tell everybody what the answer is, and it's going to perhaps some of the answer, it's kind of a complicated answer, is going to surprise people. Larry,
underwater basket weaving, give me the prize.
Underwater basket weaving.
Joking, Howard.
Yeah, that was enough to get a house.
That was
sure.
number 32 on the list. Okay. It's actually a surprising answer because of the top 25 graduating majors, 21 of the 25 had the word engineer in them.
Well,
can you believe that?
That's what you need to tell your boys to do, right? Engineering.
But the number one was petroleum engineer. But there was also mining engineer, chemical engineer, computer engineer, nuclear engineer, electrical engineer. 21 of the 25.
Wait, what's my daughter's boyfriend?
I'm not sure.
He's an engineer, right? And he's a chemical engineer and an electrical engineer.
But the number one, as I say, petroleum engineer. Now, here's a couple of real surprises. Number 2, physician's assistant.
Oh, that's a great one.
Yeah, and here's another surprise. Number 14, dental hygienist.
Oh, that is a little surprising. I don't think about my dental hygienist being ready for Well, these are good categories.
Dental hygienist comes out of school making $65,000 on average. They don't come out with a lot of debt, so they can save a lot of money and buy a house.
Love it.
How about that?
Love it. Well,
All
there's
right.
your niche marketing. Those are the customers you need to be looking for. Graduates 2 years out of college, that it's an engineer, a PA, or a hygienist.
Hey, we are not done with the show, so we want everybody to stick around because we have a couple of unbelievable houses to tell you about. We got a bunch of open houses to tell you about where you are going to be there. I'm going to be there. Other people from our office are going to be there.
Yes, and our team.
And our team. We're going to be right back, everybody. So stick around. We're going to tell you about these fantastic homes. We will be right back. Hey, WBOB listeners. It's your realtor on the radio, Howard Vergalis of Watson Realty Corp. Angela and I don't just do the radio show. We are active realtors. When it's time to buy, we will interview you to determine your specific housing needs. Distance to work, style of home, school needs, distance to place of worship, kids' activities, lifestyles, number of bedrooms, budget, and so much more. In short, we do our very best to find you your perfect home. We won't waste your time showing you houses that don't fit your needs. Whether you're moving up, moving into your first home, or now an empty nester, you can trust us for the most important purchase of your life. It's what we do. It's what we'll do for you. Experience the Angela and Howard Team Advantage. Call us at 421-7950. There's finally a mortgage lender in Jacksonville that sees financing differently. With 20 years' experience, CMG Financial understands that the most important purchase in your life, your home, deserves the right mortgage. Tim McConnell at CMG Financial will work to customize the best financing option for you. Angela and I recommend CMG Financial to all our customers. Give Tim a call at 528-2103. That's 528-2103. CMG Financial is a registered trade name of CMG Mortgage, Inc., NMLS number 1820, and licensed as a mortgage lender servicer by the Office of Financial Regulation, number MLD 375, individual MLS number 181046. One of the most critical parts of buying or selling your home is the very last process. That's the closing process. Angela and I recommend Watson Title Services. They have the experience to handle any issue that can come up, and there is never an upfront fee to the seller. Whether you are using a realtor with the sale of your home or not, always ask for Watson Title Service to handle your closing. We do. Call them at 461-3220. That's Watson Title Services.
Angela Walker and Howard Vergalis of Watson Realty Corp. not only come to you every Saturday morning, but they would also like to work with you when you need them the most. That is, when you need to buy or sell a home. They pride themselves in giving you their very best effort every day and in every way. There are many realtors in the First Coast to choose from. Let them show you the Howard and Angela Team Advantage. Call them at 421-7950 or email them at realestateradio@yahoo.com. This segment of Real Estate Radio with Angela and Howard is brought to you by Watson Title Services of Northeast Florida. For answers to your North Florida real estate questions, call into the show at 222-TALK. That's 222-8255.
Hey. Man, am I excited. This is such a great day. I have so much energy. You know what happens when you have lots of energy and you get burned in your energy?
I have no idea what you're going to say.
It's getting hot in here.
Okay.
I know. You never know what I'm going to do or say. I'm sorry about that.
You get hot.
I do get hot when my energy's going. Yeah, it's fun.
Okay, you've had way too much coffee today.
Actually, no.
You haven't had too much coffee?
I'm just on a natural high today. It's a great day.
Well, I see a coffee mug in front of you.
I haven't even drank it.
Oh, my goodness.
I know.
You mean
I've been
busy. Is this without a coffee high?
That's correct.
Oh, my goodness.
That's correct. I have an excitement high.
It is time for a hot deal today. And this is really a special one because we've got two brand new houses that are going to sell this weekend.
Yes.
You know, we've talked about that on prior occasions where we have one that we know is going to sell that weekend, but we've never had two.
Really?
We've never had two
Ever? In 5 years, you sure?
that sell in the same weekend.
I don't know about that.
All right, so I'm going to tell about the first
Go
one.
ahead.
All right, it's in Orange Park. It's
Yep.
on Foxwood. It's in
Yes.
Foxwood subdivision.
Yes.
And it's on Foxwood Court. So I want you to imagine this. I want all the listeners to close their eyes, except if they're driving.
Right.
Okay?
Not if you're driving.
2 acres in Orange Park in a subdivision right off of Kingsley. Now, no CDD. Okay? HOA is $100 a year, and it's voluntary. It's over 2,200 square feet, a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, built when houses were built to withstand everything. It was built in the 1970s. It's got a huge pool, about twice the size of most pools that are built today. Most pools built today are about 15,000 gallons. This one is 33,000 gallons.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, a huge
That's a lot
front
of water.
porch, a rear screen porch, and a balcony off of one of the 2 master bedrooms.
I call it an evening deck.
An evening deck.
Yes.
That's right, with plantation shutters,
Yep.
red oak wood floors with inlaid cherry trim in almost every room.
Yep.
The roof is really old, though. Oh, yeah. It's about 3
Doesn't
days
he have his
old.
sarcasm on today?
It's really
3
old.
days
It's
old.
about
That's a
3
week old.
days old. The kitchen is gorgeous. It was
It is.
redone with one of these pantries that you open the door. It looks like a
Oh, yeah.
kitchen cabinet,
Custom
but you
design.
open the door, and then there are interior shelves that swing out. Really, really
Yeah, it's really
expensive.
neat. I love that.
Yeah.
Stainless steel appliances.
Oh, yeah. Now the
Korean countertops.
Yeah, the driveway is
Wait a
brick.
minute. You left off the best part of that kitchen.
The windows that look
The
out.
windows. There's a bank of windows, and you look out over your 2-acre parcel, and you see the birds and the squirrels and the pool. You can be washing dishes and watch your kids at the pool. I mean, it's an awesome
The
house.
whole house has been redone inside and out.
Yeah,
I mean,
not
the
like
siding-
last week, over the years, but there's nothing original.
Yeah, 2 storage buildings, French doors, 7 ceiling fans, a brick fireplace in the family room. It also has a beautiful living room. The closets have built-ins. It's got 2 water heaters, plantation shutters. The outside of the house is mostly brick. It's got a front porch.
Yes.
The trees are huge on this place, and you step out in the backyard, and you're just seeing this oasis of beautiful lawns and a white picket fence. It's vinyl. It's not wood.
Right.
It's just
Easy maintenance.
absolutely gorgeous to
Yes.
have 2 acres in a community in Orange Park. And it is absolutely gorgeous. There's something special about something on the tree. And I'm not going to tell anyone, but if anyone comes to see me at the open house today from 11 to 1, I'm going to point it out.
You're so funny.
And it's so unique that I have to point it out. I am going to tell people. I'm not
No.
going to tell people.
No,
they have to come
they
see
have
me.
to come
Oh,
and
they
see
have to
it.
come
Yeah,
see me.
yeah,
I'm going to
yeah.
be
You're not
there
gonna tell
today
them.
from 11 to 1
Yes.
today. If you want to see the photos of this house, which are gorgeous, go on to Realtor.com at 2107 Foxwood Court. There are so many. The house is so beautiful. There are 65 photos. By the way, the house is $275,000.
It's really bargain price.
Okay, now,
I mean-
right after that, we have another gorgeous house that we've told you about the last few weeks, and it's the subdivision next to it.
Yes.
Now, if you don't want to have a swimming pool, but you like water, there's a hot tub built into the sunroom
Yes.
of that particular house. It's on Village Way, right off of Kingsley again. This house is also built when houses were built.
Yes.
Right? Also a brick house built in the 1980s with special features, and it has that huge sunroom with the hot tub built into the floor. Also has a huge living room with a with a vaulted ceiling.
Yes.
Stone
Awesome.
fireplace,
Awesome.
French doors, skylights. Master baths have been redone. Again, a voluntary HOA of only $75 a year. Again, off of Kingsley, it's $229.9. I'm going to be there today, 1:30 to 3:30. You can see both houses today if you like. Come
Yes.
and see me. These houses are just really something.
Mm-hmm.
quality construction.
They are solid.
All right.
Solid.
You're going
Brick
to talk
solid.
about Double Oaks Drive?
I'm going to talk about Hedgewood, actually.
All right,
That's what I
Hedgewood.
have
That's
in
the
my
other one
hand.
that's going to sell today.
Yeah, so
we
Hedgewood.
want all of these to sell today.
We do. Okay, so 8271 Hedgewood Drive is a new listing. New, like I put it in the computer at 10 o'clock last night. I mean, it's new. It's fresh. And it's priced at $383,875. This house has it all.
Where
it's
is it?
located in Ironwood, which is a great location, central to everything, right off Gate Parkway. So if you work in the Deerwood area, you want to be near the town center, you want to get to 95 quickly, this is your neighborhood. It's a gated neighborhood. I'm going to be there tomorrow. Actually, we're going to be there tomorrow from 2 to 4, holding that house open. But when I say this house has it all, it has 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, an office, plus a bonus room. And it's got a nice fenced-in yard. They have this beautiful paver patio with fire pit. And it's all done in pavers. It's so beautiful. And it would be lovely to entertain your friends and, hang out, have family gatherings.
This is the cinder block home.
Cinder block, Pulte Construction. I just love it. It's a wonderful house. The kitchen, the breakfast area, and the family room, they're all integrated to each other. Very open floor plan, 12-foot ceilings, tons of light coming in. That family room is like a bank of sliding glass doors.
4 sets of sliding glass doors.
Floor to ceiling, you're getting sunlight coming in, and it's the morning sun, so it'll be nice and lovely.
Beautiful home.
It's awesome. It's awesome. So
and
you
it's
got to see this house.
move-in ready.
It is move-in ready, yes, and they are ready to sell.
All right.
Yes, so
and
we
that's
have that.
open when? Tomorrow
from between 2 and 4, and then also tomorrow between 12 and 3 is Double Oaks. That's out on the north side.
Also gated community.
Also gated.
4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2,900 square feet. A huge family room with lots of built-in shelving, picture frame molding in the dining room, gorgeous tile and wood flooring everywhere. That's on a half-acre lot, and the rear yard is fenced in. It's got a breakfast bar, 42-inch cabinets, a covered patio. Built in 05. It's right off of Alta Drive, and it's only $265,000. The values that you get in the north side, unbelievable.
Amazing.
Under $100 a square foot. And finally, in Palencia, you want gorgeous community. Palencia is
quality home, guard gated.
Yeah.
Golf course.
4,300 square feet, a single story with a bonus room upstairs, 4-bedroom plus an office, plus a flex area next to the kitchen, huge bonus room upstairs, even a balcony, 4.5 baths. It's great unless you hate cleaning bathrooms. It's a David Weekley home, so it has lots and lots of
and this one is really
it.
priced great at $525. It's an awesome value.
$525 for 4,300 square feet
it's incredible.
In Palencia?
That's crazy.
Hey, we have to rethink
it's a great,
that.
What would you like to raise
no, seriously,
the price?
It is the lowest.
It is the lowest price per
square foot in all of Palencia.
They're ready to sell.
By the way, there is an elementary school in the community.
Yes.
Oh,
Listen,
my goodness.
You know what I forgot to do?
What did you
forgot to
do?
give my little shout out today.
Who are you giving a shout out to, Angela?
To Carol and Gus, and also to Valerie and Andy. And I want to thank them. They're past customers, and they are trusting us again with their business.
Did we say that La Mesa is having an open house Sunday from 2 to 4?
Well, that was the point. Did you say it?
I don't know. I'm
you
saying
said it now.
All right. Hey, we are having a great time here.
Yes,
The
we are.
Van Wees are on tap to talk about what's going on in the financial sector all over the country today, and I'm sure that it is great news. Hey, Angela and I want to thank you for listening, and as we do all the time, we love doing this live show every week, and you need a professional on your side, whether you're buying or selling that most important financial transaction of your life. Angela and I are here to help you. We want you to have a blessed day. We're going to be back with you next week. Call us if you need us at 421-7950.